My name is Brandon Jefferson, and I've decided to change the narrative of my page. I no longer want it to be a guitar page only, because that's just something that's just limited, and I am an unlimited being. I'm also a game developer, and recently an antinatalist. I do not believe in the procreation of human life any longer at this age. And I am 32. I've lived long enough, been through enough things to see about this place, and to go off into incredible detail about what's wrong with it. Oh, and there's something wrong with this place, all right? I mean, just look behind me. That's just complete darkness. Something's wrong, all right. It's so wrong that I would never bring someone here to suffer like how I have. Oh, I've suffered. I want to go off on the tangents about all the indoctrinations that have happened to us as human beings here. I can't stand for it any longer, and I want to take my platform to the next level. I'm going to end up losing some followers, but I'll also gain a lot of followers as well. Now, I've noticed a lot of the antinatalists that I've been following are kids in their 20s, 22, 23, 24, talking about some life is hard, but they really don't understand the true depth of it, the layers of the matrix. And there's layers to it. It's layers deep. And I'm going to start making short videos about them. I'm subscribed to a couple of antinatalists right now that I really like. His name is Benedict times the Vegan. There's another one. What's it? Chris Sedaris. There's another one too. Steve Brown. My life is overrated. The 9 to 5. You know, I've been watching these guys speak, and they hit a lot of good topics, a lot of good points that people should be paying attention to, but people don't really go into depth about anything. Everybody's brainwashed. We're living in a society where no one is making any sense. You know, when I was younger, they could get away with telling us what they think that we should be doing. But it all falls short once you start applying logic and reason. Once you start applying futuristic reasons. Now, every single person that I know is always talking about work. Work, work, work. Every time you run into somebody in the corner, or every time you meet up with somebody, that's the first thing they want to ask you is, what are you doing? How is that living? I understand you got to be into something, but no one's actually living. Everyone's dead. Everyone's a wage slave on a floating planet in the middle of eternity, and nobody has any idea what's going on. Benedict Time the Vegan always says this, and I highly agree. I've been wanting to make these videos for a long time, but I thought I'd just let other people talk before I open up for real and really lay it out. But I agree with this number one thing that he says, and he always says, we don't know where we are. Not one person knows where they are. You can run up to a pastor right now and say, "Where are you?" And he won't know. He'll say, I'm on earth. Or he'll say, I'm at a church. But you see, that's just one layer of the orange. You know? They always stop right there. They never go deep enough. You know? And it's much deeper than that. And the very realization of how deep it really is the thing that unlocks you as a human being. That's the thing that takes you to the next level. Is a realization that you're on a floating sphere in the middle of a black void, in the middle of eternity. And that could just be a made-up concept too. For all we know, that blackness behind me that you see could be computer data. It could be terabytes. It could be hard drive space. And we could be inside of a simulation. It is a very possibility. There's 3 sides to a coin, not 2. People are always talking about heads or tails. But there's a 3rd side of the coin to this dimension. And unfortunately, there's an infinity amount of sides. Because if you think about it, one side, you're able to, what's the word? Superimpose. You can superimpose mathematical calculations to get more sides if you know what you're doing. So it turns out that there's an infinity amount of sides to this story that we're in called life. And that's where everybody falls short. But that thinking is the very thinking that enables you to ascend in this present reality. Just because you're able to ascend, that doesn't mean that I advocate for bringing somebody here, because I don't. Everybody I know is a slave, and it's disgusting. Yeah, something's wrong with this place. It might look all normal. You might be used to it by now. But you know, I honestly walk outside and I have me a little smoke. And I look into the sky and I always think to myself, what the hell is that in the sky? I don't care how old I get. It ain't right. There is literally a floating sphere in the sky that's constantly moving and shifting and doing weird things that doesn't make any sense. And everybody doesn't even pay attention to it. You can point out a glowing orb in the sky at night of the moon, and people will just go, what are you talking about? I don't see anything crazy there. What do you mean? They're just completely oblivious of where they are and what they are. What do you mean? What? It's just a moon. No, it's not. It's a floating orb in the middle of eternity. You know? And there's another one just a little bit away that's constantly on fire forever. You know, you got to put 2 and 2 together. You know? And even though these things are mythical and they sound phenomenon, they're actually things of galactic terror. But at the same time, you know, I don't want to promote fear. You know, I have to be realistic, you know, and being realistic is nothing has hurt us yet. And if it was going to hurt us, it would have hurt us a long time ago. And I think people go, you shouldn't think about things that are bigger than you. You should just keep it simple, stupid. People say a lot of dumb things that doesn't make any sense. I think that if whatever is out there that made us has given me the ability to think in these extreme ways, and there's something that I must be able to do about it. Because everything has a reason. There's not one thing in this world that you see that doesn't have a purpose. And it's disgusting to me. I don't like the way that this is set up. You know, we got to watch everyone pass away. And the list goes on, you know, but I'm just going to stop it there. This is my first introduction to antinatalism and why I don't agree with bringing people into this life. And I'm going to go off. I'm also going to upload videos of me playing the guitar as well, so I hope that you're a fan. And I hope that I get some new subscribers, you know. I'm also a game developer. That's what everybody doesn't know. And I'm one of the scariest game developers of all time. I am Game Master Silent Shadow. And I've been Game Master Silent Shadow since I was 15. I'm 32 now, and I'm about to release one of the most ridiculous video games ever made in the Unreal 4 engine. I'm going to be releasing tutorials on how to develop in Unreal Editor and Maya, as well as guitar videos and antinatalist perspectives. So I hope that you stay tuned and hope that you don't fall off the map. Hold on to the ride because my mind is unlocked and I have unlocked things to talk about. Stay tuned.